Good morning, everybody. Hello. Hello. Okay. Good morning. I think I'm live. Let me just check. It has been a weird morning already. Hello. Anybody that's jumping in? Hi, Tynese. Good morning, Prachetta. Afternoon, evening to you. Good morning, Stacy. Hi, Suzanne. Hi, everybody. Let's get in here. Let me try to find it here. All right. Settle down. I've got animal action this morning. Okay, where is it? They're getting used to me now with broadcasting. They are like all over it. As soon as I start talking, they know that there's something going on. Okay, there it is. So welcome. If you're coming into the show, hello. Come in and say hello and share this out with me. Let's just get it all shared. Stacy, is this your day off? Is that how you're able to be here with us? Okay, it's shared and now I'm here. Gabby, good morning, good afternoon to you. So yes, Prachetta, this is my last day before I start the journey. I'll still be here in the morning to do the morning show and then heading right out after this. Oh, Stacy, it is your day off and you wanted to wake up and talk with us. Awesome. Good morning, Deirdre. Okay, so I was a few minutes late and I have to tell you why. because my computer was upside down. I came in here and turned the computer on before I went in and made coffee. And I turned it on, or actually I didn't, I left it on overnight, but I just opened up the laptop and it was upside down. The screen was upside down. So I'm looking like, okay, am I sleeping? Am I dreaming this? What the heck's going on here? I had to actually reboot the computer to get the picture the right way because everything was absolutely upside down on my computer. I've never had that before. I'm like, this is interesting. But I have one of those laptops that you can fold all the way back. So I don't know what happened. I don't know what button got pushed or what little fairy came in here in the middle of the night and decided to play with my computer. but it was upside down. And I'm thinking, all right, that's a good trick. And whoever did that, thank you. You kind of threw me off this morning because I had to upside down figure out how to shut the computer off and restart it. But you know what? I just went with it. I just laughed. If it had been a few years ago, maybe about 7 years ago, I wouldn't have laughed at all. It would have been like, oh my God, I'm late. I'm going to be late. And this is not something I need. I would have just gone into that kind of rampage. But today's a good day. This is a very good day. And today I don't get stressed about a whole lot of stuff. I just, if I don't have coffee, that's something that I might get a little stressed about, but it's not worth it. Life's too short to stress out about things. So let's see what's going on this morning with everybody while I have some of my coffee that I haven't had yet. Suzanne is here. Carol Allen, good morning to you, Carol. Carol, I had a dream that I stopped and saw you on this trip. So I don't know if that is something that the angels are sharing with me that I'm supposed to do, or if it's just going to happen as I stop up that way. Hi, Julie Kiss. And I haven't had a whole lot of dreams about this trip, which is interesting. You know, when I do go to sleep, it's been just pretty much passed out because I've been going so hard and really getting everything ready for the trip. So I haven't had a whole lot of time to just let my brain relax. Okay, Catherine Kovacs is here. Good morning to you. Charlie, hi. Erica Hoppy. Hello, everyone that's coming in, and Hope. Good afternoon to you, Hope. Okay, my alarm, for some reason, is going off. This has been so weird. My alarm is not set for this time, but it's going off. Something is going on with my electronics this morning, for sure. I don't know what it is, but you know what? Like I said, I am not going to get upset about any of it. So the alarm's going off, the computer's upside down. What the heck? I don't know. I don't know. I can't explain it. I just know that I am staying in my state of well-being and not letting any of this get to me. So there we go. So what else we got? Hope, my sweet Hope, I love you. And Carol, you love it? I know, like I said, that was the first dream that I'd even had about the trip. And it was you. So, so maybe I'm supposed to come see you, Carol. We'll see what happens. Hi, Jennifer Langren. Hello, my friend Tony Hidalgo. Thank you for being here. Good morning, Diana. Yeah, it is a wonky day, Stacy. I'm telling you, this house that I'm staying in at my friend Joanne's, it's like all glass. I mean, seriously, there are so many windows in this house, and they're all open. It's like it's just open windows. So when I got up and I looked, for some reason, I looked out here in the living room area, and it looked like there was a shade that had been drawn over one of the big open windows. And I'm going, I don't remember a shade being there. I haven't pulled any shades down, and there's not even any shades to pull down when I look. And I'm thinking, what the heck is going on? What happened while I slept? You know, do you ever feel that way? Like, oh my gosh, the world just shifted. Something just really drastically changed while you slept. And that's what it felt like. It felt like I had awakened to this totally different dimension or something where things were changed. And the funny thing is, two of the dogs like to sleep with me. So the two little dogs at night after I go to bed, they're like right there. You know, they're snuggling up to me. I know that they're there. I feel them. They move a little bit during the night. The bigger dog does not, Dingo, he does not usually get on the bed. Well, I overslept and I didn't get up when I was supposed to get up this morning. So all of a sudden, Dingo is on the bed. And I'm going, why is Dingo on the bed? And then I look at my clock and I'm seeing, oh my gosh, I should have been up like half an hour ago, right? So even Dingo has played his part today in getting me here and getting me online. So it's just a weird day with things that are just, I just have to shake my head at and say, okay, I don't get it. I don't understand it. But you know what? it is what it is, and here I am. So, so I'm just laughing and going with it. And I hope that whatever's going on in your world, that you're able to just do the same, that you're able to just go with the flow and just let whatever happens happen without saying, I can't do this, that it's just too much, or, it's like overwhelming. And if I even stop for a minute and think about the fact that I'm driving away tomorrow morning out of this familiar place that I'm in here in South Florida, that could be overwhelming. But it's not. It's not upsetting me. It's not anything other than just a joyous sensation that this is really happening and it's really starting. I know, here I am. No, we didn't get broken into. Oh, the window. No, the weird thing was, I guess it must be really, really humid outside. I haven't walked outside, but the window was all fogged up, and the AC is no more cold than what it normally is. So it's nothing that's different at all, but it just looks different. It feels different. It feels like I woke up in a different place, in a different dimension. It's just so weird. So let me see if anybody else came in and what's going on. And I want to thank all of you who came on yesterday to the fundraiser. That was so much fun. Really a lot of fun to be there. And y'all made me cry. You made me laugh and you made me cry, and blessed my heart so much. Thank you. And if you all missed that, if you didn't get to see the fundraiser that Sherry Myers and Karen Palmer put together for me yesterday, you can watch that on the replay. And many of you were there, and I thank you. Thank you to those who did show up. For those of you who did speak and say some words to me, I really appreciate every word that was spoken and all the support that's happening along the way. Thank you so much for being on this journey. It's our journey of healing. It's not mine, it's our journey. And good morning, Sally De La Rosa. Sally just came in, and Lakita Young came in. And let's see what else we got going on. And Perchetta says, ma'am, so while driving, you will do morning Cuppa Joy from various places. Wow, it will be so interesting and amazing. I think that's kind of what's happening this morning. It's like I'm already being shown that I'm in a different place, even though I'm just sitting still. I'm still here where I've been, but everything feels different already. Everything has a different flavor, and that unfamiliar feeling to it. Even though I know where I'm at, I can look around, I can see things that are familiar. I've shifted somehow during the night. It's just really strange. And let's see what's going on. And Diane says she's focusing lots of healing to the west to put a halt to the wildfires today. Yeah, we talked about that last night, and in our chanting group, we focused on the fires and then set our intention, and all of us can do that. We can set an intention at any moment. Let's set the intention together that those fires are going to be diminished. We did it before, we can do it again. So let's all focus that energy into just really seeing everything coming back into perfection. And Diana says, the matrix is dissolving. Yeah, there's so much, timelines are collapsing. The energy that's coming in from the other planets is so huge right now. And I think that's kind of where I was during my sleep time. It just, when I woke up, I knew that I wasn't here on planet Earth all the way yet. So you might find something like that that's going on with you as well, that you're shifting on the inside. And that's exactly what had happened. Everything was so different. And that's the only way I can use to describe it. It was just different. So yeah. So that was my morning. How's your morning? Gabby, hi sweetheart. She says, I'm still on 2 hours sleep from yesterday. Yeah, I didn't get very much sleep. I think I might have gotten about 3. If I'm lucky, it was 3 hours from the time that I turned all the lights out and said goodnight to everybody. Yes, even to you, Miss Bella. Okay, Perchetta says it's very humid in Goya and no electricity is terrible. What's going on with no electricity, Perchetta? I hadn't heard anything about any storms or anything that's happening. So share with us what's going on there. And Stacy says, I'm sorry I missed the fundraiser. I worked, darn it. Well, I'm so glad you were working and so glad that you have that new job. And Stacy, tell us how you're liking the job and tell us about your excitement of having that new job in your life. I think that's awesome. Sally says, it was a good morning, everybody. Is anyone else feeling the weird energy this morning? I'm feeling a huge transition. Tony is picking up on it as well. Sally, I know you came in a little late, but yeah, that's been the talk so far. When I came out and turned my computer, I opened the laptop up and everything was upside down. The screen was upside down. So Teri had to reboot this morning. I had to go ahead and find a way to look upside down to see what I was doing, because even the mouse was working kind of wonky as I tried to control it with the mouse. It's a touch screen, so I had to keep finding all the X's and X things out and then restart it, because that's the only way I could get it to where I could see everything. Otherwise, I'd be doing like this. So the morning has definitely been interesting. Okay. Gabby says, I had a shift, I think, and I have a chance to put it into practice on Monday. So stay tuned. Inquiring minds want to know, Gabby. And Stacy says, I am as well. It feels like something big is about to happen. That's how the energy feels for me. Yeah, it is. And I felt that. I felt like almost like a countdown. And I know that I've been counting down to the days, and one more day, I'm out of here. But it's bigger than that. I feel something really, really big that's happening. And I know Karen mentioned the 11 days of unity that starts tomorrow. There's a lot that starts tomorrow. And tomorrow is the anniversary of 911 here in the States. And I know that every year people revisit that and go to Ground Zero in New York. So there's just a lot of energy that's big right now. Jenny Waterhouse, good morning to you. So Sally says, oh my God, I told Tony that everything felt topsy-turvy this morning. I fought with Google and Google won. It was a major shift in energy. Sally, it was so interesting. I have never had that happen before. I mean, everything was upside down. And even when I looked at my clock, when Dingo got up on the bed with me to wake me up and get me out of bed, I looked at the clock and I saw it as something different than what it was. It looked upside down. And I'm thinking, okay, that can't be the time, right? And then when I'm finally focused and I said, yeah, that really is the time. And I had not heard my alarms. I slept through 2 alarms in the 4 hours that I slept. And the dogs have been just really, it's just interesting behavior. They're normally very calm, or if I'm talking, they'll come over and sit with me and try to get my attention. But the two of the dogs have really been going at it. And I know they're playing for the most part, but they're feeling something. They're feeling something out of sorts as well. So even the animals are feeling this shift. Okay, so talking about India and Goya, Prachetta says, I think something is being repaired. That's why they have switched off the current. Okay, and Deirdre says she feels like the next. We have a dog alert. Okay, that was a dog alert. Anytime a dog comes near the property, they have to let them know that they're here. All right, so Deirdre feels like the next wave is coming. I think that's what this is. I think it's already been coming, Deirdre. We've been tracking that Schumann resonance, which is off the charts, and I think that was giving us a sign. So I'm seeing everything is really totally different right now. I mean, it's just such a huge shift. And like I said, I'm going with the flow. I'm just like, okay, whatever happens, that's what is supposed to happen. It's like being in that boat and going downstream with the energy and not trying to put it back to the way it was, because it's not going to fit anymore. It's like our square peg is now round and it's not going to fit in that hole that it always fit into before. And it's just an interesting place to be right now. It's a very interesting energy, a very interesting world that we're living in at this moment. So I'm just going with it and just floating around downstream. So y'all can come with me, just float with me as we go downstream, and let's not try to change anything or put anything back into anything different than what we're seeing or feeling. Just going with it, laughing at it. That's what I had to do when my computer was upside down. I just laughed. I just sat down and laughed. I'm like, seriously. And the dogs hadn't been fed yet. So they're all looking at me laughing like, what the heck, lady? You know, you're our food source right now. So do your job. And I told him, wait, you have to just wait 1 minute. Let me just reboot here. Okay, so all right, so Stacy, we had asked about your job, your new job. And she said, it's fun to be around the stones and the cards and people. I'm getting used to working outside of home. I'm very tired when I get home from being on my feet all day, but I like it and they like me. What's not to like, Stacy? Oh my gosh. I am so glad that you are enjoying that job and that it was a good fit for you, and that they saw that when they interviewed you. They knew they had a good thing, and now it's going to be a blessing on both ends, for you and for them and for the people that come in there. Okay, so what else we got? Carol Allen says, many dreams last night. To me, the energy feels like it is still, as if it is waiting for something. Yeah, it's been so different, hasn't it? It's just been very different. And then when I woke up and everything was upside down or inside out, it was different from the way it normally is. I was just like, okay, here we go. Do you ever do that? Do you ever see something really strange happening and you're just like, okay, this is gonna be fun. It's like, I can't remember which comedian it was that used to do this, but they would like, was it one of the blue collar comedy team, I think? I remember those guys. They were so fun. And I think one of them had this line, and he was like, hey, y'all, watch this. You know? Here, hold my beer, y'all, watch this. And it was like, you just knew what was going to happen at that point was off the charts and so crazy that you couldn't even imagine it unless you were actually right there seeing it. And that's what it feels like right now. It feels like I could not have dreamed this up. I couldn't have even in my wildest dreams imagine that I would get up and look at an upside down screen on my computer. It was like I fell down the rabbit hole and things were just so different. So yeah, that's what today is. Today is that kind of different day. And I'm loving the energy myself. I'm just loving that I can just be in it and not be stressing over every little thing. So I know that everything's going to continue to be just what it is. And I'm not going to stress. I'm just going to go with it. Stacy says, stop off the road in New Smyrna and give me a hug. See the house. It's 5 minutes off 95. Okay. I'm going to, one thing that I'm going to do today is look at how long it's going to take me to get to Knoxville, Tennessee from where I'm at. So I'm picking up the car after the show in the morning, and I want to be at Carrie's by tomorrow night. So I'm going to have to see what that looks like and may have to do some time bending. Do y'all ever do that? Anybody here familiar with how that works? How you can bend time? And let's say I have 12 hours to be somewhere and it's going to take me 16, then there's a 4-hour time in there that needs to kind of do something and move out of the way. And my friend Lisa Jo Davis does this all the time. She was on yesterday on the fundraiser. If y'all aren't familiar with her, we got to see her beautiful energy. And she told me about this so many years ago that she bends time. And she might be starting out late to get to an appointment. And she asks the angels to just shift it so that she's there just when she needs to be there. And it always happens. And I've done it myself, not with 4 hours, but I have done it myself. Suzanne says, my son-in-law has to leave tomorrow for 6 months with work. Please send some extra prayers for him and my daughter. I sure will. Okay, so Gabby says, I've been dabbling in energy transmutation for a while. I'm going to help someone on Monday and I'm going to use the energy transmutation. It's only a small job, but perfect to start with. That sounds fun. And just make it fun. That's the thing, just make it fun. And when we put fun into the mix, there's no limit to what we can do. And Christina says, did you see my personal Facebook page yesterday? I had to wait until after Brendan came home to fix it. It had tagged me as a minor, and so I was on parental control. All better now. You know, let's just laugh. I think that's the energy right now that we're supposed to get into. We're supposed to get into laughter. We're supposed to get into lightness and just saying, okay, thank you for the experience. Thank you for sharing. Thank you that we are not stressing over electronics. We're not stressing over any energy that's going on. And seeing, even as I'm looking at my screen right now, you all might be seeing this too. I just see energy moving. I see so much just coming to life. Even right behind me, there's like all of this movement that's going on, like it's trying to form into a shape, but it's just kind of shape shifting at the moment right behind me. And I'm just sitting here watching it, just playing with the energy. There's so many orbs that are flying right behind me, and now they're on the couch. Can you all see that on your screen? Because even as I'm watching it, I'm like, okay, it's there. I see it there on my screen. Don't know what it is yet, but I see like sparkly energy that's just moving super, super fast right behind me. And it's like flickers of light that's now on the couch. It was up where the painting is, and now it's moved down to the couch. So if you see that, then I know that I'm not the only one seeing it, and I hope you can see it right behind me. It's very interesting activity here where I'm at right now. I feel like I'm being transported. That's what it feels like. Like beam me up, Scotty, and I see all of that. What is it even called? That energy movement. That's really really fast movement. That's what it feels like. That's what it looks like. I'm loving this. I'm just loving the whole energy today and loving that we can laugh about it. And Stacy says, Gabby, the store that I work in is full of dragon jewelry and statues, so I think of you often. Oh, how cool. And Erica Hoppy says, my boat is floating very slowly. Good. That's a good thing. Enjoy the ride, enjoy that boat ride, and just let it take you wherever it's going to. And Stacy says, the girl that I work with has dragon rings and a bracelet. Awesome. And Jenny Waterhouse, have a wonderful, blessed day. Must go to class now. Well, Jenny, I hope you enjoy that class. And I hope that coming on for these few moments has given you some beautiful energy to flow through your day and to just let it happen. Okay, Prachetta says, this year my Aunt Mina Giraffe and brother Neil Giraffe are not going to Ground Zero because of COVID. They plan to cook my uncle Prim Giraffe a favorite food and watch the ceremony on the TV. It's been 19 years. It's been 19 years since 911 happened. For my aunt and brother, it is like WTC happened yesterday. We did not find anything for my uncle in the debris of the World Trade Center. What a nightmare it was for all of us. Yeah, it was. And so now we're looking back on what happened and getting into the energy of coming together, just like we do here every morning, just blending our energy in and holding each other through whatever happens. We're here for each other and we lift each other up, and staying in that high vibration gets us through anything that happens. Any of the hurdles in life, we can make it through them with ease and grace because of each other, because we are connected, we are one. And what else we got? Stacy says, Teri, I liked the blue collar one when he says, here's your sign. Yeah, I loved that. And that is something I have used many times. And I use it in jest when I talk to the angels. I'm like, okay, is that my sign? And I can almost hear them say, here's your sign. Yeah, the angels do have a sense of humor. Okay, Isabel, good morning. Christian Gray on Periscope, good morning to you. And Marietta, accept, align, allow. Thank you, beautiful. Thank you for being here. And Gabby says, absolutely going to make it into a fun ceremony on Monday. Awesome. Carol says, yes, I tried bending time after I heard you talk about it. I was running late for a doctor appointment and asked the angels to bend time so I would make it on time, and I did. It really does work. Yeah. And Gabby says, I saw that with Ruth the other day. You explained it perfectly. And Gabby says, there's a white orb in the bottom right corner of the painting. The orbs are in movement and they're very, very fast. So as I'm looking at the screen, they're moving like unbelievably fast right behind me. And it feels like there's an energy that's just sitting where I'm at. And I see it now, it's come even around, it's come to the front of me. So if you see any of that movement, it's like this, almost like stars, but moving super, super fast. I love it. And Stacy, you see the energy. Suzanne says, I see it too. Wow. Yeah, that's something very interesting that's going on right now. And Sally says, I was working with pour painting yesterday and a goddess appeared in one of them. Oh, I love that. I hope you took a picture of that because I really want to see it. And Gabby says, goddesses seem to be coming up a lot for me lately. Yeah, I think one of the things that's happening is Kuan Yin with the feminine energy is bringing everything through. And she's appearing to so many people right now to help us understand things and also to help us have more compassion. As we pour compassion into ourselves, we're feeling it more into our world. You know, and the things that we are aware of, that compassion is going out there and it's going to help us to bring things to its perfection. We're going to accept, align, allow, as Mariana has said. We're going to see everything is working perfectly, and we're not going to stress when we are in that state of compassion. And when we get into the low vibrations, like the depression that comes to some people, we're going to be able to step away and pour love into ourselves where that depression is and love it. Don't try to push it away, but just pour love into it and watch the transformation when you do that. It will transform. So, oh my gosh, I just looked at what time it is. I'm going to type in that it is prayer request time. So we can start putting those in, and while I continue to read whatever's going on with everyone. Stacy says, my youngest turned 2 months on September the 11th. He's 19 now. The sadness of that day is still hard. It is. Yes, it absolutely is. And it's one of those realities that, you know, we can't go back and change time, but we can change in ourselves and the way we view each other and helping each other through those huge hurdles. That was something that the whole world felt. It wasn't just like a one person incident or a community incident. The whole world felt what happened that day. And the interesting part was when I was learning with Greg Braden about the heart-brain coherence, he told us about how heart math has been tracking the energy resonance of the earth for a long, long time. And that frequency on that day spiked off the charts with the compassion that people were showing for each other. So yeah, it was a global event, not just something that happened in America. And Deirdre says, the good note for my 911 is my great grandbaby was born on that day, a reason to be happy for it. Absolutely, Deirdre. So happy birthday to your great grandbaby a day early. And Julie Kiss says, I see yellow on the side of you, yellow energy on the side of you. I'm still seeing the movement. I see all of the energy around me. It's almost like my physical body is trying to disappear into the energy field. That's what it feels like. And it's going to be interesting. After this show, I'm going to go into a deep meditation because I need information from the angels. So I'm going to sit with the angels after this show. And I feel like that's what's happening already, is that energy is already absorbing my physical body so that I'm going to be just totally aware of my spiritual energy after this show is over. And I'll turn my recorder on and see if there's any messages that come out of doing that. And if there is, I will share those. I'm just going to intend that they are, because every time they tell me to turn my recorder on, it's like I was saying earlier, hey, y'all, watch this because something big is going to happen. So, yeah, so that's what's going on after this. And Gabby says you get that movement when you close your eyes sometimes, like a glitchy computer or television screen. Don't know how to describe it. You're right. That is that fuzziness that, we used to call it snow, right? When the TV would like go off, or it went off the air, and there was just the white noise that was there. And it was like, we called it snow because it just looked like what I'm seeing right now. Like that energy is moving. And wait, okay, it shifted. Now it's like there's flickers, but it's long. It's no longer like the starry stuff. It's like streaks as it goes across the back of the couch now. I'm just loving watching this. I'm just enthralled with the energy that's happening right here behind me and where I'm sitting. Okay, so we asked for prayer requests, and Suzanne asked us to please pray for her whole family. And Stacy says, I get that at times, talking about the snowy stuff. She says, I get that at times, and it feels like my brain glitches too. Then I'm dizzy. I had tests done and my brain is normal. I fooled them. So I believe it's energy. It is energy. Yeah, it definitely is. And Sally says, I'm walking around the center singing Accept a Line Allow. Hi ho Dario, accept a line allow. I love it. Marietta, do you absolutely love that? I'm just, the energy today is so crazy that that's what we need to be doing. We need to get into that accept a line allow and just let it be. Suzanne says, I can't watch any shows about 911. It hurts too much. I watched it on TV when it happened, and the pictures stay with me forever. Yes, that's something that I don't think anybody will ever get out of our minds. Chetta says, special prayers of safety and protection for my dearest fairy Teri, ma'am, for your journey towards healing the world. Good health prayers for Shantae, Tony, Wendy, Stacy, and beautiful Hope. Prayers, please, for my Aunt Mina and Brother Neil. Prayer of love and abundance for Tracy, David, Prachir, and my soul sister, Sally. I love you all so much. And Stacy's heading out. Will Stacy please be safe on the road? And Christina says, my air horn is... Okay, guys, this energy is making me really weird this morning. My arm hair is actually standing up a little. Anyone else? Yeah, I think it's that kind of day. Okay. And so Sally says, I see an elderly woman from time to time sitting next to you, very petite. I haven't seen her yet, but I'm sure she will reveal herself. And I know that they're here because my nose keeps itching, and it itches anytime that I have ancestors come through or spirits that come through and want to talk to me. My nose starts itching like crazy. When I was growing up, I grew up in the hills, and so we totally believed in like the old wives' tales is what they called them, the old wives' tales. So if your nose itches, you're getting company. And anytime that spirit shows up for me that wants to communicate with me, spirit's here all the time, but those that are trying to get my attention, that are like in my face, like, hey, look at me, pay attention to me, my nose starts itching like crazy. So yeah, I'm getting company today. I'm not sure who it is that's going to come through, but I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of messages from my ancestors and messages from my spirit guides and anybody that's going to come through to talk to me before I begin my journey tomorrow. And Lily Ann, thank you for joining us. Deirdre says prayers for California and world peace, of course. Yes. And Sally's asking for prayers for all of us as this is proving to be very interesting. It sure is, Sally. It's very interesting. And I'm just still laughing at it, still laughing at the energy. Gabby asked for prayers for Gaia, her elementals, and also for the family of a beautiful lady that I worked closely with for years. She transitioned yesterday. Oh, how beautiful, Gabby, that I feel like she's coming through to you, that she wants you to see her and see that she's okay and to feel her energy surrounding you. I'm really getting that for you. And I see the lights really revving up behind me now on the painting that's right behind me. I don't know if y'all can see that, but it's like just flowing now. Like, you know, when you watch rain and the rain starts to come down and then all of a sudden it's pouring and it is so hard. That's what the energy is doing right now. So I know that there's spirit that's talking and saying things right there behind me and bringing messages through. Lily Ann, please, I really need prayers for myself today, and please for my mother and my sweet Gabriel and Michael, and for you all here and everyone in need, and for you, my son Teri and Mother Earth. And Sally says, my nose does the same thing. I thought it was just weird. Sally, that has been happening to me ever since I've been talking to spirit and doing the mediumship work that I do. I know when I'm going to be able to deliver a message to somebody because my nose itches like crazy. And that's what's happening this morning. So yeah, this is fun. Good morning, my dear Carrie. Hello to you. Carrie, are you having as weird a day as all the rest of us are? It's a strange morning in the neighborhood. And Rick Morrow, good morning. Rick says, my friend's wife, Nicole, is in the hospital getting a pin in her leg. A guy ran a stop sign by the sawgrass, so be careful, everyone. Thank you, Rick, and we will lift up Nicole in our prayers this morning, which I'm very late for getting to, but you know what? I started late, so that's that. And I'm not stressing over it, just the way things are happening right now. And Stacy says, my laptop is frozen now. Carrie, you get to see me tomorrow. I'm so excited. And Carrie, we were talking earlier about how I need to bend time so that my vehicle gets there into your driveway tomorrow night. I'm so excited. And Sally, yes, this is going to be a quirky, strange day. It already is. From the minute I opened my eyes, it's been this way. And I'm just loving it. I'm just going to love on it. And Gabby says, I do see her, talking about her friend. She is with her son. I know. She would be so happy. She loves that boy. She is happy. She is very happy. And her energy is still right with you. She knows that she's transitioned. She knows that she's no longer in her physical body. You know, a lot of times when someone leaves their physical body, they don't realize it right away. They don't realize that they have made that shift, but she made that transition fully aware of every bit of energy leaving her body. And that's what I'm getting. I mean, these guys back here, I don't know who they are. I can see them. And they're putting on a little dance for me right now. But they're giving me some messages, and that's the message they wanted you to know, Gabby, that she was aware of the whole transition process, and she sees everything both still on the 3D and where she is in spirit. And she is going to really work with you. She's going to work with your painting. I have a feeling you're going to paint her because I'm seeing an energy that you're picking up on, and that's her bringing that energy through for you. So yeah, so she's going to be right there. And Deirdre says, yes, there's movement all around you and behind you. I love this. And I've got chills. Now talk about your hair standing up on your arm. I have so many chills because it's just been here since I rebooted my computer to get it up right side up. Because when those of you that missed that, when I turned my computer on this morning, everything was upside down. And that's how my morning's been. It's been an upside down morning. Okay, Gabby, you're glad you're going to bed. Yeah, I hear you. Okay, and Stacy says my MacBook just froze on me in the middle of filling this out for the post office. Interesting, huh? And Gabby says, I feel there's someone waiting under the little picture on the wall. They're waiting very patiently for you, Teri. They are. They're waiting. And I feel that too, Gabby. Thank you. They're like doing a little dance back there on the painting. I don't know if y'all can see what I'm seeing. I hope that you see this energy because it's like a constant movement in the painting. And then on the back of the couch, there's lights that are flowing all around me. They're just surrounding me with light right now. And Hope says, prayers for all, prayers for my cousin Lorraine Hillett, who is showing improvement from COVID, and for a negative result for COVID and MRSA, so I can transfer to a nearer dialysis unit. We are lifting you up for that. And Carrie says, we are bending time for you now. Put on those tunes and know you'll be here quickly and easily. Yeah, I need one of those George Jetson vehicles that takes you up in the air and straight across and puts you down where you need to be. And Gabby says, oh, I got God bumps when you said that. Yeah, I couldn't stop the message. It just had to come through for you, Gabby. And I'm so glad that she was able to deliver that message. Carrie says, they are super excited for your journey. I see a billowy figure. It's all about movement. Yeah. And Charles says, we do see it. You see the energy. Yeah, the dogs see it too. They've been, ever since last night on the chanting show, you know, they're very calm and they love the chanting and they come, all of them just come and gather with me. And then all of a sudden, it was like there was a shift and two of them were off like really playing hard and biting at each other. So they see the energy and they're responding and reacting to it. Okay, so we've got to get into the prayer. And yes, Lillian, you see the energy also. It's just so interesting to watch it. As I sit here, just watching those lights, they're mesmerizing. Ooh. Okay. So let's get into our heart center right now. And I'm just going to feel into whatever it is that's guiding us this morning, that's surrounding me with this blinking light type of energy. It feels very otherworldly. So I think some of this is my spirit guides. There's some angels, but there's also this feel that it's from another planet. And I'm really getting that. And I'm getting goosebumps even as I say that, because I do have a guide, a spirit guide that is from Arcturus. And his name is Sovi. And he came to me, oh my gosh, 4 years ago, I think. About 4 years ago, he just showed up one morning and he was there to help me to get more healing energy out to the world. And I feel him now. I think he's going to be in the passenger seat of the vehicle as I'm driving down the road. Yeah, so Carrie says, wait till you get here. The portal is wide open. All kinds of orbs and prisms and energy. Yeah, that energy is showing up to our naked eye right now. We can just see it. And last night, as I felt that shift in the energy, I used my app that I have that can detect the orbs. And I captured, I think there were about 6 orbs that were like right here in front of me. I'll post that picture for you all so you can see what I captured last night with the orbs. Oh, and Julie, yes, let's lift up Linda Kiss. She just found out she has breast cancer and treatments are to follow. Julie, if you want to connect her with me, that was my journey last year. And that was my promise that I made to the angels, that I would make myself available for anyone who wanted me to work with them as they go through the process. I've helped several people to get into that energy of understanding it and working their way through all of the emotional side of it. So I'm available. If you want me to talk with her, I would love to help out. Just let me know and you can introduce us so that I can sit with her and pray with her and just help her through this time. So let's do this prayer. Let's get into our heart center so we can lift up all the prayers we put out there today. And I just want to start with gratitude. I have so much gratitude in my heart right now. Gratitude to the angels, gratitude to God, gratitude for this journey that I'm on, this life that I'm living, every bit of it, everything about this life in this human form. It just feels like I'm not even in my body anymore. And I think that's the movement that I'm seeing behind me and surrounding me. That's my energy movement. And there's spirit that's helping me to see it and helping me to experience it. And yeah, they're giving me that confirmation that I am going beyond the limits of this 3D body. And as I begin this journey, that's what it's all about. It's going more into the enlightenment that this body is so temporary. It's just something, a vessel that's to be used to get us into who we truly are. And every experience that has happened in our human bodies leads us to this point. It brings us to this right now moment. So let's all just get into that energy right now together, because we are one. There is no outside of us. We are all envisioning together this world. We're envisioning those fires. We're envisioning the storms and all of the things that are happening in the world that we see as outside of us. So let's envision together that unity that we can come together with. And let's see ourselves as we truly are in our soul, our spirit self. And look at these bodies as that's what's outside of us. What's inside of us is this journey that we're all on to grow spiritually, to understand the human body more, to understand the human condition and the contrast, the struggles, the hurdles. Once we get back into who we truly are, we can see all of that for what it really is. And Spirit has shown up in a huge way today to let us see the energy with our naked eye. We're looking at it and seeing the movement of it and understanding it, understanding that everything is on the inside. So what we are feeling right now and what we're experiencing here together, all of us, is being able to really see that, see it clearly. And I'm feeling Archangel Gabriel with each of us as Gabriel helps us to really have some clarity, to see our path that's before us, to see that we only have to speak things to manifest them. We only have to have that little bit of faith that little bit of trust that what we are seeing is real. And there's a saying that we'll see it when we believe it. We will see it when we believe it. Take those words in. Know that if you have that belief and that trust inside of you, that little bit of faith, that you're going to see the miracles right in front of you. You will see the manifestation of whatever it is that you've been focused on. And you're going to see it instantly. There is no more waiting. And that's this energy shift that's happened, that time is bending. There is no time. So even that is a misnomer, because time doesn't exist. It's our linear time that we measure things by, that we see as a limit, and it is limiting. So if we get outside of the linear time, we're in spirit time. And spirit is a time-space reality where there's no clock, there's no hand movement of the clock to tick off the minutes and the hours and the days. Everything just is, and that's where we're going. That's the shift. That's what's coming through for all of us, is just being and not having to wait from moment to moment for things to happen. Everything is happening simultaneously. All the dimensions are all there. All of what we would consider to be a past life, it's all there in those dimensions. So there is no past, there is no future, there just is. So once we can wrap our brains around that, and we know that we can just stay in this energy of togetherness, this energy of unity, and see ourselves with our spiritual eyes, we lose all of those boundaries, all of those barriers that we think that are there for us, that we have to move out of the way. We don't have to move anything out of the way. We just have to move our human brain to shift into what's happening with us spiritually. And that's the shift that's happening. Our human brain is getting an upgrade. So if you're feeling different, if you're feeling upside down and things aren't like what they were before, that's the shift. The shift is happening inside of us. Our human bodies are going through a change right now. So I hope you're hearing these words. I hope you're absorbing what's being said, because these aren't Teri's words. This is Spirit bringing through this message in a huge way, that we are in this ascension process, and we are changing, not just inside. Our human bodies are changing. So if you're feeling it and everything feels kind of wonky to you right now, that's okay. You're not crazy. You're not hallucinating or being delusional. You are really going into the flow of spirit. So just accept it. Accept, align, allow with that energy, letting it just be what it is, letting it surround you totally. So as we go there, we know now that we are in a different phase. We're in a different kind of energy. Let's surround all those prayer requests, all those things that are happening, the fires that are going on. Let's surround them with this new energy. The fires are like a metaphor. It's burning off the old. There's a burning away of things that were. The way things were is being totally changed and shifted. So see those fires as a sign of that shift happening for all of us. It's happening in one part of our world, but it's happening for all of us. And it's the same feeling as when the Australian fires happened last year. The whole world was watching as that happened, and we're seeing things taking place with those fires. And then what happened after that was a global pandemic. So there was like a sign of things to come, that something was being changed and shifted. And now these fires that are happening here in the United States, it's the same energy that there's a shift happening. There's something coming, and everybody is feeling that. We're all feeling a change happening, but we're not quite sure what that looks like yet. Just like we didn't know what was going on after the Australian fires, now we have another sign that there's a shift, that there's something coming. So let's get into that energy of whatever it is, accepting, aligning, and allowing, and bringing that energy to all these prayer requests. Accept, align, allow, and surround every person that was put into the circle. See a ring of fire all around that prayer circle today. And then let's see the change. Let's see the transformation that happens when a fire burns something up. It's totally different. There is nothing about it that's the same. And that's happening inside of all of us. Everything that we knew, everything that all of our beliefs, our old limiting beliefs, are being burned up and changed. And we are totally different. So that's the energy that's happening today. If you're feeling it, just be with it. Just laugh. Get into your high vibration mode. And let's lift all of these prayer requests into a very high vibration as everything shifts and changes with each one. And let's see the peace that happens in our world. We create that. We envision it. We hold that vision of world peace. And we claim it. We declare it with our words, with our thoughts, with the love that's in our heart. So breathe in that love again. Breathe right into your body and just sit with your body for a minute. Let's just feel the shift all together. Feel the movement. Just allow. Don't try to fight against it. Just allow. And feel the stillness now. Once you've done that, once you breathe in love, feel what is happening, that calming effect that's happening on your body. As we move forward, stay in the calmness, keep breathing in the love. And you're going to feel the shift. You're going to feel that energy movement, but you can remain in your calm state of being, because that's what this is all about. As we shift and transition, we're just staying in calmness and going with the flow of it. We're letting our boat go downstream, not putting the oars in the water, not saying, stop, I want out here. Just allowing it to take us where it's going to take us. So breathe in again. Feel the connection again with each other. And let's bring love to each other, saying to each other today, I understand. Today I see you. I see your true beauty. I see your true self. I see you, and I am you. We are mirrors of each other. So holding that person tight, just say to them, I see you. I truly see you. And I thank you for being in my life, and I love you unconditionally. And now let's come back to where you are, and let's love everyone. Let's love everyone that's here, that's gathered together, everyone that will watch this later on. We're including you in our circle, and we're gathering today to give gratitude and love. We call it the heart telephone because when we say it to one, it goes all around the circle. We're all saying it at the same time, and it comes back into our heart and just really exalts us and lifts us up. So on the count of 3, we're going to say, thank you, I love you. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. I love you. I love you all so very much. You are such a blessing in my life. Thank you for being in my life. Thank you that we are all one. It feels really good to be in the oneness today. And yes, the energy is off the charts. And yes, it's different. It's a little wonky. It's a little upside down. But you know what? We have love. The one thing that is real, we have love. And we share that love with each other. So thank you. And to anybody that jumped in while we were doing the prayer, thank you for being here and welcome. Melody Clausen, thank you for being here. Karam Joseph on Periscope, thank you for being here. And Charlie said it just started pouring down rain. Well, get all that rain out of your system before I get to New York, okay? And let me just flip back and see what we got going on. And Lily Ann says, I got so warm here now in all of me from top to bottom. Awesome. Okay, I see all your love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Y'all are so beautiful. Okay, Perchetta typed in our words to end the show, and we end it the same way every day by acknowledging that the spirit that's in you is in me, and we see each other. On this morning show, we always see the real us. We always have no filter. We can just be in the energy. And the energy behind me kind of calmed down a little bit. So send some more love my way, because I'm just going to sit right now with the angels and with my ancestors and any of the loved ones that are coming through for me. And I'm just going to ask about this journey that begins tomorrow morning and see what kind of answers come up for me today. Every time I sit with them, something new is shown to me. So I hope you all have a blessed rest of your day, and just stay in that place of love, stay in that place of calmness inside of you. And yes, Prachetta, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. I'm going to be doing some chanting and bringing in some of that energy. So here we go. Everybody ready? Let's end our show with Namaste, y'all. I love you so much. Bye, everybody.